Good morning, children. Good morning, class 6. Today I will be taking English grammar for class 6. And last time we learned about the different cases, that is in nouns. Nouns we saw plural, we saw the different kinds of nouns. And last class I explained to you about the case. What I taught you was nominative case and subjective case. And here, case, we have another one, possessive case. And before that I will say, what do you mean by case? The noun or the possessive pronoun, depending on their position. If it is a subject, we call it as a subjective case or nominative case. And if it is an object, we call it as objective case or accusative case. Like for example, if Harry kicked the ball. Harry kicked the ball. What did who kicked the ball? Harry kicked the ball. So Harry is the subject. So here it is a noun. So we call it as a subjective case. Now, what did Harry kick? Harry kicked the ball. Here the ball is the object, and so we call it as the objective case or the accusative case. And today what you are going to see is about possessive case. What do you mean by possessive? Possessive means possession, ownership. Dorji's car is blue in color. So we are talking about whose car? We are talking about Dorji's car. That means Dorji is the owner of the car. Dorji possesses the car. Dorji has the car. So this is called as possessive case. The noun or the pronoun. So possessive case, usually see, we don't write it like this. Dorji's. When you don't put the apostrophe, it means there are two or more Dorjis. Particularly for proper noun, we don't have plurals. Taj Mahal, Taj Mahals, we don't say. Is it clear? And Dorji, it's a name of a person. Dorji, Dorjis, we don't say. But here, what are you supposed to do? You are showing the ownership, the possession. So we call it as possessive case. That is called possessive case. Possess means to have, to own. So here, whose car is blue in color? Dorji's car. So in front of Dorji is one person. So in front of S we put the apostrophe, and this is called as possessive case. And if you are talking about more, like see here, the dog's chains are painted. So when chains come, what does it show? It shows that we are talking about more chains, many chains, plural chains. So we don't put 2 or 3 chains for one dog. So here what does it mean? There are many dogs, a plural number of dogs. In this case, the dog's chains, it is plural. So you can understand, it is plural, and so we put the apostrophe after S. The dog's chains are painted. Even from this word are, we can understand we are talking about plural chains. And so plural chains, one chain we use for a dog or a single dog. So here we are talking about plural dogs, and in this case apostrophe is put after the S. If it is singular, like I told you earlier, Hari's father is tall. So in this case, Hari, singular, one person. So we put the apostrophe before S because it is singular. If it is plural, we put the apostrophe after S. And before I wind up, I would like to explain about, we saw about the object. So objects, there are 2 types. Direct object and indirect object. Direct and indirect object. So from the word itself we can understand direct. What is it? And the opposite of that one is indirect. So direct means like I gave a kite. I gave a kite. What did I give? What did I give? I gave a kite. And that object, that material, that thing which I have given is mentioned here. So this also is sentence. I gave. So what did you give? It is not understand. Object, find out. You always ask the question what. What did what to the verb? Verb is give. What did I give? I gave a kite. Directly you are given that object there, and so kite is called as the direct object. When a verb has an object, we call it as a transitive verb. I don't know whether you have studied in lower classes. You might have. Even if you have not studied, I will just take you back. So I gave a kite. What did I give? I gave a kite, and this is a direct object. And if a verb has got object, we call it as intransitive. And if it does not have an object, we call it as intransitive. So here it does not have an object, so we call it as an intransitive verb. Now look at this sentence. I gave him a kite. So what did I give? I gave him a kite. Here kite is called as a direct object, and whom did I give? I gave him, and this is the indirect object. So this is about the object. Objects usually answer the question what. You have to ask question what to the verb. What did I give? A kite. So kite is a object or the direct object. If a verb has an object, we call it as a transitive verb. If the verb does not have an object, we call it as an intransitive verb. In this sentence, a kite, that material, the name of the thing is mentioned very clearly, and so it is the direct object. Whom did I give? I gave him a kite. So him is the indirect object. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.